Okay, let's talk about the arm vibrato. Now, I've already given these ideas before, and perhaps you won't be interested, but I'm going to try and be as succinct as possible and get straight to the demonstrations and exercises, so maybe that you can follow along with me. The difference between wrist or hand vibrato and an arm vibrato is that the oscillation for wrist starts from here, from arm. The full arm is engaged, but the hand itself does not flex. So you do not want any motion in the wrist. And I see that frequently when students first try to do arm vibrato, they start this immediately. So it's something that you can actually watch for. Look in a mirror and see if that straight line will be maintained through the vibrato. Okay, but here's how I would go about practicing it. First of all, I want you to take your left hand and you're going to set it next to your neck, but I'm not actually holding the neck. Okay, then we're going to just move in a parallel line to the strings. And you'll see that I'm doing it from the elbow. Okay, now I'll take my thumb and I put it underneath the neck and I do the same thing. So my left hand is now actually contacting and slightly supporting the instrument. And I feel the pad of the thumb. It does not slide, of course, but it does have a bit of a pull on it. And you can actually feel the skin moving. That's important. The thumb has to be in one place, not move around. Now, take your second finger. If you think about the hold that I teach, I typically say that the first finger, nail, and the thumb are across from each other. So if we're going to start with our second finger, it would be in front of the thumb, right? So just having your second finger lightly touch the second string or the A string. Okay, now I'm somewhere between fourth and first position. It doesn't matter right now. But I want to touch that string. We're going to start from a neutral position with the arm and we're going to pull back towards the pegs. And you're going to let the whole arm move. Now my finger might be sliding about a half step, maybe even a little more at first. I just want to feel that arm motion. Remember, we did it like this. Now we're going to do it with the second finger on the second string. You'll be sliding. I'm not pressing down at all with the fingertip, okay? Just sliding on the note. Now, once you feel that motion going, and it may take a while, you have to train these muscles how to work together, going back and forth out in front of you like this. This is not a motion that in any other way that you would do. So it's an entirely new skill. So expect it to take a while. Don't be impatient, otherwise you just make yourself tense and then you ruin the whole process. Okay, so you're gliding on the string. Once you get something going like that, then you should add weight to the finger. Again, we're on the second finger on the second string. I'm in second position, so 2, 2, 2. And that would put it over a D. So we're on a 2, we're adding weight, and I want you to remember what I talked about in my hand or wrist vibrato exercise. You cannot actually let the finger move or you will lose your pitch. So you have to be able to transfer the weight from the fingertip deeper into the fleshy part or the pad of the finger. So when I pull towards the scroll, my finger weight stays down. I'm not squeezing, but there is weight keeping the finger down, keeping the string down. But I transfer that weight back to the deeper part of the finger, the meatier part of the finger. Transfer it there, and then I bring it back up. Transfer the weight back, and then back up to your neutral point. Okay? Then you might try doing that in bursts of 2. And then 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you might add your bow. Okay? So what you're going to do, just one oscillation. Some people find that pushing the scroll against the wall helps support the instrument, takes a burden off of the left hand, stabilizes it. There's a risk with arm vibrato, of course, of shaking the instrument. Your arm is moving a lot when I do this. I try not to shake the instrument, but you know, there I can make it happen. So, of course, you don't want to squeeze your head and shoulder down to cradle this, and you don't want tension here. You may think, well, I'm relaxing the hand, but that tension there would actually really start to hurt you. Plus, it's hard to be tight here and then loose here, so you don't want that. But I want you to try setting it against the scroll. I mean the scroll against the wall. You just walk up to the wall and press it against the wall lightly and then do this exercise. So then you're transferring weight, maybe just doing one oscillation and back to your neutral point. From the note towards the scroll and back to the note. I'll do one per bow and then maybe two. And then try three. Keep watching that knuckle. Okay? As you add more oscillations, it has to speed up so that you can get a tighter, narrower vibrato. And I don't mean tight, I just mean obviously we can't be swinging so wide that we're almost going a half step in length. Some people will find one type of vibrato is easier for them than the other, meaning the wrist or arm. So work with both of them until you start to see some success with one. Then really try to master that one so that you can do it on another finger. Now I'd say 2 is probably the easiest for most people. 3 would be next, then 1, then 4. 4 is hard, but it's doable, and you have to work on it for a long time. So once you can do, say, a wrist vibrato or an arm vibrato, then try working on the other type of vibrato so that you can then have different sounds, different speeds, different colors. It'll make you a better artist, okay? Good luck.